Hello everyone, I'm Gorham.
And I'm Daivat Mehta.
This is
Yeah, no,
this is
you.
15-minute rush. We're gonna kind of be hitting on a whole slurry of topics today, because these past 2 weeks have been pretty chaotic.
Chaotic.
We had Thanksgiving break this past weekend, or this
We
past week
had
and
our
weekend.
snowstorm
Our snowstorm.
and the elephant in the room.
We got new mics,
We
guys.
got new mics, people.
After that Thanksgiving episode, which was great. I'm
But we
so happy that we had a lot of
realized-
guests and a lot of people were. It was just a really good topic. However, it would have been really nice if you were able to hear us.
Yeah, that's true.
So with that said, we kind of had to retire the good old sock mic. R.I.P. Funeral dates coming up soon.
Yeah, please make sure you attend.
Yeah, make sure you attend. It's a 15-minute rush exclusive event.
Yeah. But speaking of that, let's set the timer, shall we?
Oh, right. We got.
You were gonna go through the 15 minutes.
I was gonna go through it right now. Okay. I am starting our 30-second warning right now. And yeah. All right. So, first things first, we got the new mics.
Yes.
Thanksgiving break. How did you enjoy your Thanksgiving break?
To be honest, I think I really enjoyed it. I went to see my uncle who lives in Maryland, and we had a lot of Indian food, and specifically the Indian food which is like really homemade and local to my state.
Mhm.
Like I don't know, like New York has its pizza slices, and Philly has this cheesesteak. Similarly, like in like my state has its own stuff.
Being from northeastern Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
Everybody like champions New York style pizza.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're ever in the northeastern Pennsylvania region, please go to a local pizza shop up there.
Mhm.
I have not had like there's some pizza shops that are like they're not fantastic, but they're still great. And like I would take the worst local pizza shop back home over Domino's any day.
I mean,
Or Domino's or Little Caesars.
I would say like Domino's is it's a chain brand, so you would not really expect it to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but speaking of Thanksgiving, I felt like really happy to have good Indian food.
Mhm.
And when I say good Indian food, I'm not saying butter chicken or chicken tikka masala, because India is much more than just chicken. But it's just so happens that the marketing happens to meat, you know.
Mhm.
But we're not gonna go. That's a different conversation.
Well,
but how was your thing?
Well, no. I want you to educate me a little bit more and educate the rest of the audience. What were some of the dishes that you had, and like what are they like?
So we had pani puri, which is like semolina puffs, like they're fried flour puffs. I'll send Matt a photo so you can add them to the video. But they're like
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. He's really happy.
Just putting him on the spot like that. Come on.
I know. But so we have stuffing, and any Indian watching, they know pani puri, and it's like you have this potato stuffing with like sprouts and lentils, and then you put it into the tiny puri, and then you put spicy minty water mixed with tamarind sweet water.
Oh.
And then when you put that entire thing in your mouth, and it's crunchy and like it's a full. I have no words for a dish like that.
That sounds amazing. That sounds really good.
It's so good. I wish I could have it for you guys here. I'm gonna try and get they have ready-made puris that you can bring and fry. Whenever I go home, I'm gonna try and get that.
Yeah. That's something I will give Ithaca. I feel like people always rag on Ithaca's food, but like there are the occasional like 1 or 2 days where like you get where you get like
rolls in CC were marvelous.
You get like a Korean, like build your own Korean bowl bar. Like I feel like they do a good job at like trying to make an all-inclusive like international like food.
Indian food is good.
Yeah, I will say, I do feel like they just need to put like across the board. They just need to put more salt and more butter, please. I beg.
That is tough. Because salt is subjective, you know. It depends on how much your body requires it. Often.
I guess, but like, come on now.
I think as we just passed Thanksgiving, and I know I was sitting with my family and we were discussing about what we're grateful for, you know, like my friends, my family back home who supports me all the time, my family are here, and I think as students of Ithaca College, I think we should be grateful for the dining hall and the people who work for us, because although maybe the food is not at par often, it is made with love.
Well,
you know?
and that was the thing when I came back home. like it was so funny. Like this was a genuine like conversation I had with my sister and my dad. I was like, guys, you don't know how much it pains me to like not be able to just go down to like the dining hall and just have an all you can eat plate, like all you can
Yeah.
eat buffet. Like when I'm back home, I have to actually like make the food I want to eat, dude.
I
You know, like that's a convenience that we have here that I feel like
it's not
I
talked about enough.
yeah I took for granted like heavy after that.
It's tough.
And I wasn't even like aware of it. But no, you're gonna ask what Thanksgiving food that I had.
Yes.
Pretty much just had the American Italian
Thanksgiving.
staples. Yeah,
Wow.
I had let's see, we had raviolis, we had stuffing,
Mm-hmm.
and both sides of the family always do a great job with sweet potato and
Wait,
sweet
so you're
potato.
half Italian, half American?
Oh no, not American. I'm like the American Thanksgiving classics, and then just like Italian food.
Oh,
Because
so
like
you have an Italian mix.
yeah,
That makes
so
sense.
I'm like Italian, Polish, and Irish. But out of those
What?
three nationalities, Italians have like the best food.
Wow. And that
It's just
that is true.
an
But
objective
the
fact.
Irish have good beer.
Irish have great beer. Not that I would know, but
Not that I would know either, but I've heard.
well, no, you lived in Europe, so you can say that.
No comments.
But
I
yeah,
wasn't
no
going out
comments.
drinking.
Hypothetically, I heard Irish people make amazing beer. Like
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, no. So across the board, Italian food is great. Whether it be like a lunch, dinner, or
Breakfast.
not.
I mean, their breakfast is more like a coffee.
Yeah, I'm not too like keen on like Italian breakfast. Like I don't really know what that entails because
That is true.
I have a very Americanized breakfast, like
Also,
95% of the time.
Italians are known more for their lunches and dinners.
Dinners, yeah.
With the wines and everything.
And they're like sweets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like
tiramisu.
cannolis, and
Cannolis.
pizzelles. Pretty sure they're like these like little like circular wafer things. If you know what I'm talking about, like then you know how good they are. It's like I don't know. I don't know if that's. I think they're Italian pizzelles.
We'll look into it.
Yeah, they're like these like little cookie things. But on like a more serious note of like
Okay.
post Thanksgiving,
Mm-hmm.
we wanted to talk about this last episode, but I feel like it's more appropriate to talk about it now, post Thanksgiving.
Culture shock.
Yeah,
Is that yes.
like culture shock and like almost like the reverse culture shock
Yes.
of it all.
So I'm gonna take a little bit of the reign here, and when speaking of culture shock, I think when you come from home and you sit into an entire new environment, you're not you doing things that normally happen. Like back home, like sometimes when I'm at the lunch table or dinner table, we have certain rules of sitting and eating, and when a lot of different people from different cultures come together and sit, things are different,
Mhm.
and from I don't know, from waking up to having breakfast to I don't know, just sitting in classes, the way people talk, these are things that lead up to making you feel lost.
Yeah,
Because I'm not sure about because you're from America and you're here, but you still must notice things that are like different that happen at your home
Oh my God,
and
yeah.
happen at college, right?
yeah,
So as an international student, these happen much more larger in like their effect is much larger than what a national student like an American would have.
hmm
And that is just like it's a normal thing to worry about. But sometimes what I wanted to worry was like reverse culture shocks are a real thing because that is when you go back home from college and you're like lost again and you would feel that this is my home. Why am I lost? Like I'm supposed to fit in.
yeah,
But the reason we often fail to notice is that the places and life moves on even when you're not there.
yeah.
And we have to understand that, like especially places like home, things change and it is normal. So I don't know if you had a reverse culture shock, like if you felt some things were different.
Well, before we hand it back to me, I was gonna ask, what do you think was like the biggest case of reverse culture shock for you? Like
Well-
when you got back home, if you could name it. If not, that's fine.
I think I would say like my time in Germany when I was training there, I used to be there for like 6 months at a time. And when I used to go home, like just there was nothing that used to stand out for me. Like sometimes we're sitting at the dinner table and the conversation would go so quick from something that I knew and I could like refer to things that happened I had no idea about.
While you were away.
And well,
Or like-
being out of the conversation is normal. It's not a
Yeah.
reverse culture shock. But I personally feel like really lost, sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think more importantly, when sometimes somebody got angry with me because I did something or somebody was not happy, or like I would be like, what's wrong? I'm the same person, But what we don't understand is that not only do things change, but sometimes we go back home thinking of the memories that we've had, We have to understand that our memories do not make the place, but the place itself makes the place. And when we hold on to our memories, we're bound to be disappointed sometimes.
Yeah. And I feel like that's a really good way of putting what going back home felt like. It wasn't like I want to touch on two things. One, you just kind of like when you're talking about like how the conversations kind of change. Like if I were to compare and contrast here, I feel like everyone here at Ithaca, and this is like again, I hate on how we're like tooting the horn of Ithaca so much, but genuinely, this place kind of rocks. It does some good things. It does some things pretty all right. I feel like everyone here like they have a plan. Like they could like talk to you and they could like explain like a project that they're really passionate about and go on and on and on about it. And they do that. They like talk faster about it, like they talk about it like they're just gonna like do it right after they're done with the conversation. There's an excitement.
Yeah.
Back home, like there's like none of that. It's just kind of like a slower way of life back home because like the demographic where I'm from is like pretty much just a bunch of old people.
Wow.
And like
I hope your mom watches this.
Yeah, well, hi mom. Yeah, just like a bunch of old people or people that kind of have their like roots already established in the community. Yeah. Not like forward thinking or anything. It's just kind of like tradition, I guess.
Because parents, I'm not saying that this goes for everybody, like they worry about us, so they're more thinking of sustainability and like making sure things stay like this. So they're not really, I would not say they're not really excited or exciting. I would just say that their worries are different than ours. Our worry is that we may not do anything special in the next 4 years.
Yeah.
Their worries are like, I hope my kid survives the next 4 years.
Yeah.
So I would say their goals are probably different than ours. That's why sometimes the age gaps happen between kids and parents. But again, a conversation for another day.
Yeah, and that kind of ties into like the second thing I wanted to talk about, which was going back home and like how memories greatly affect what being back home is like.
Yes.
And I could say for like the first day being back home, I was like everything had that like golden hue and like the rose tint of being home, and everything was just like kind of how I remember it from like being like a child and everything. And then like the next day or the following days,
next 3 days are like tough.
I was just like, okay, so it is exactly like how it was when I was a child, but it's also
something different.
Well, I was gonna say it's still the exact same as when I left it. Like I've changed, but nothing really.
Wow, that's
like
a surprising one.
Yeah, like there have been like little changes, but nothing like too major. And I guess that varies depending on like where each person is from. But like I don't know, back home, like nobody really does anything. Like the culture around getting a higher education where I'm from was like very stay local or go to a vocational school and like don't explore. So being like miles away from home and like being able to see all this different life and then going back to a place where people aren't really interested in that was very like, I don't know, like I was almost sad for them. But at the end of the day, like I was talking to my dad about it, and he was like, "Yeah, well, some people are just content with that. They're content with like growing up in the same town that they were born in, And I'm just like, that was like
That's life.
Yeah, that was like an awakening I had of sorts. But
yes, go ahead.
We got a minute left, and I think we should address
our the commenter.
Yeah, the commenter.
Do we know the name? Do we know the username?
We will post the username.
We will put an image.
We'll put like an image of like the original comment.
The comment. Yeah.
But it went something along the lines of,
have you ever received a wedgie? And if so, why?
So would
for people who don't know what a wedgie is.
Oh yeah. A wedgie is basically like somebody grabs the back of your underwear and just yanks full up until
Not a glorious sight to see.
until like your underwear is
Stuck.
up northward a little bit further than where it should be.
Shine.
Yeah, where the sun don't shine. With that said,
No,
you've never had that. You've never had that experience, but I have. Being the youngest of four, I've gotten a wedgie. Like I would say at least like 1 or 2 times.
But wait, was it in like home, right?
Yeah, it was home. Yeah,
it's not in school or something.
No, being the youngest of four, like I don't know, you're kind of like the comedic punching bag for a bit. So it was either.
I agree with that because we have cousins and I'm like the 4th one out of 5. So being a comedic punching bag is fun sometimes.
Yeah, it is because it also gives you like
it's a great
skin.
Experience.
Yeah, it gives you like thick skin and like it teaches you how to like kind of laugh at yourself and not take things too seriously.
Yes. So I hope our dear viewer that we answered your question to your content,
to your liking,
and we're really happy that you commented on our video.
Yeah, we love the engagement.
Yes.
If you guys have any more bizarre questions or just questions in general or suggestions that you would like us to do in future episodes or future topics, leave them down in the comments below.
Perfect.
We'd love to chat about them. We would love to have you guys on.
Yeah, if you guys are able to, come over.
Yeah. But with that said,
you want to make an important announcement for next week?
All right. Okay. So we're gonna go a little bit over our 30-second warning, but
yes,
stay tuned next week because we will have the vice president of Ithaca College on here,
Dr. Stanley Bazile.
Yep, and we're gonna be talking about
the Christmas break,
holiday break, and all that. And honestly, I feel like that would be a great time to just kind of like pick his brain on like what his thoughts are about like
this semester.
Yeah, this semester, how he thinks everything's going.
That's true. I think we're really excited to have him on the podcast. Yeah. He's been really supportive of it. In fact, he convinced us, like if you want to do it alone, then just do it. Who's stopping you?
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right.
That's kind of it. Do we have any more announcements? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But as you can see behind, we've got snow.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be having a lot of snow fights. So
we're gonna.
That's the only announcement.
We will be having a snowball fight promptly after the shoot.
Yes.
But with that said, we will see you next time. I'm Creed Gorham.
I'm Daivat Mehta.
And this has been 15 Minute Rush. And